Here we are, YouTube. We've come up to Ocean. How about that? Just spin the camera around. Good morning. How's things? Good morning. The Lofty Biker here. We're up at Ocean. We've come to ride a few bikes. Got a couple of BMs to ride today. First one out is the G310R. It's only over here. Let's just give you a show of it. There he is. The G310R. Cracking little bike. Good morning, YouTube. The Lofty Biker here. Look at this little beauty. The G310R. How about this? Cracking paint scheme. Let's just get on it, have a look. I know I'm big, 6'5". So there you have it. Plenty of arm room, plenty of leg room. Easy to operate. The cutaway probably ain't big enough for me. But, you know, if you was 21 and you got these nice, easy, supple knees, you'd have no trouble riding this at all. Absolutely lovely. Right, let's give you a bit of a talk about it. Okay, there you go. Let's have a walk around. Grey, shiny grey, red, shiny red. Look at those lovely lights. Beautiful. Chain drive, of course. Pretty impressive. This is the brand new for 2022 BMW G310R. They're made in India under licence by a firm called TVS. They've been making bikes for people for a long time. Well established. So what we got with 313cc liquid cooled 4 valve single cylinder. This is the one with the reverse head where the carb's at the front and the exhaust at the back. Quite clever really. 34 brake horsepower, 21 foot-pounds. We've got a tubular steel frame in a nice red colour, to be fair. It looks superb. 158 kilos wet. 785 seat height, fairly low. 17 litre fuel tank, superb. 41mm upside down forks, nice and gold. Look at them beauties, they're lovely. No centre stand, just a side stand on it. We've got a single rear shock, here it is, straight down the middle. There we go, beautiful. On the front, radial brakes, badged up Byberries. They are a 300mm single 4-pot radial. That's good, isn't it? Looks the part, doesn't it? Really looks the part. There's your chain, gear select, nice long chain guard, reasonable back end. So look at the rear. What we got on the rear? We've got 240mm single disc with a single pot badged up Byberry. Not bad at all, is it? 110/70/17 on the front, 150/60/17 on the back. I believe it's got a top speed of 105. LED lights all round, 205 mile tank range. Launched in 2016, updated in 21-22. Let's just have a look at the switch gear, what we've got. So here we are, nice simple dash, don't know what you can see. Trip across the top, time, Odo. All the way across the bottom here is the tacho, digi-speedo, gear indicator, little button to adjust, so it's on. Let's have a listen. Here we go. Got a nice tone to it, innit? So adjustable levers, brake and clutch. Kill switch. Start button coming across, not much else. We've got a little push button to the side of the clocks to adjust your trips, trip 1, trip 2, engine, range. I don't know what that is. Average speed, average consumption. There it is, and mileage. Okay, and setup. We don't want to set nothing up. So this side, dead simple. High and low, pass light, indicators, nice big easy switch, and we've got a horn. Typical standard horn. Hey, not bad, is it? It's what you expect. What do you expect for £4,900? Well, just under £5 I suppose. By the time you've paid the administration fee, you're talking about a just over £5 bike. It looks great, doesn't it? It's got that sort of like KTM look about it in some ways, or Ninja, do you know what I mean? I think it looks great. Anyway, I'm going to get my helmet on, give it a bit of a thrash. I'll see you in a minute. Right, YouTube. I've had a few issues with cameras. My main camera that I use on my helmet, for some reason, has stopped. So I'm not sure what sort of picture you're getting from this camera, but bear with me. It's only for today. So here we go. The G310. Up to 40. What a cracking little bike. Better slow down, there's a few sheep about. So I'm up in the hills above Plymouth. I've come up to Ocean. Richard's lent me the bike and I'm out here riding it round for you. It's basically the same lump that's in the G310 GS. It's just a little bit more of a compact roadster style bike. Slightly firmer suspension, but the same engine, same TVS built unit. It's great. This is a lovely road. You wouldn't believe we're less than 5 miles from the seaside. If these trees weren't here on the right, I could actually slow down and look and give you a bit of a view. I'll just overtake this cyclist, give him plenty of room. Yeah. So we're cruising along nicely at 40. I'm not 100% sure why this road is a 40, but it is. We're going to take a right here. We're back in a National. Put the blinkers on. Plympton, that's what we're heading for, Plympton. I'll let the van go, it looks like he wants to go faster than me. So round we go. And we're going to make our way down the hill. Plympton, then back to Plymouth. Right, I'll just slow down a little bit and we'll do a brake test. So here we are, nothing about 35. I'll just jab the back on. To be fair, that's not too bad. Away we go again. We are downhill, so it's carrying more mass as well, so I'm only doing 30 odd. Here's the front. Fair bit of dive, but you know, that ain't a bad. That's a Boybri brake. For some reason, the Boybri brakes are different class on these BMs to what they are on the Enfields. I don't know why, or with this specification, I'm not 100% sure. So here we are. We're doing 30, nothing behind us, front and back. Yeah, that hauls you up absolutely superb. No problem at all. Let's have a bit of rev. There we go. Bit of breakage. Bang it in. Round it goes. I can't say it don't handle well, it does. It's superb down these lanes. New road layout ahead. It's all new road layout to me, I'm afraid. Here we go. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? You can have some fun on little bikes, can't you? You know, everybody keeps getting bigger and bigger and pokier. More electronics, more money. When you think for 5, 6 grand, you can pick these little bikes up and have an absolute ball on them. I would imagine the intended audience for these G310s, because they're fully A2 compliant, of course, they're nowhere near 47 brake horsepower. It'd be somebody moving up from a 125 who wanted an A2 compliant bike, something a little bit bigger as a stepping stone, or even as a first bigger bike. It's great. Here we go. I tell you what, you could tow it on this if you strapped a luggage bag on the back. It's great fun. I've got to follow this road all the way down now. I can't believe there's roads as good as this. Literally, just up the road from Ocean BMW. It's wonderful. Here we go. Look at this. Got a big quarry or something next to us. We're doing national speed without any bother at all. Don't forget, I'm 6'5", 17.5 stone. and it's pulling me up this rather steep hill, and it is steep. It's just feeling it towards the top, but I am in sixth. I'm in top gear. I've not changed down. How good's that? It's picking up again. Over the crest. Beautiful. Beautiful it is. What more could you want? Popping up to Ocean BMW and seeing Richard and saying, can I borrow a bike for an hour? He said, yeah, they've got the G310 there, take it out and have a blast on it. Absolutely fabulous. Sublime. I know it says the top speed's 105, but I should imagine that's where you really give it full revs in every gear on a fairly flat surface, a dual carriageway or something, motorway. I don't really think you'd be good for 70, 75 unless you give it some stick, to be fair. But quite easily does it gets up to 60 nationals. Well, to be honest with you, that's all you want, innit? If you can get 60 national speed limit comfortably without trying too hard, what more do you want out of a motorbike? Okay, when you're out with the lads and there's a few overtakes and you want to keep up, you might have to do something a bit dodgy just to keep the momentum rolling. I suppose if you ride it like you would a diesel car, you don't want the revs to drop away, because if you lose your revs, it takes you a while to build the power back up again. But here we are, back in a 40, nice and easy, ticking away, beautiful. Gotta say, I like this little bike. I did the same though. It's funny, isn't it? I took out the GS. I thought it was an absolute ball, the GS. I really did enjoy riding it. You know, I can't understand why they don't make another model, another interim model, if you know what I mean, because you're talking 1200cc or 900cc for the twin. Why they don't bring out a 5 or a 550 of this, you know, a little twin, a little 550 twin, Indian made, whatever, for about 7 grand. Be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? You know, you could have a whale of a time on it. I just checked my time because I'm not exactly sure where I am now. When I was following the lane, I know I just followed it to the end. But now we're heading into Plymouth. Very little vibration. The mirrors are pretty good. I can see out the mirrors. There's no vibration in the mirrors. It says Plymouth to the left. I'm going to take the left. So here we are. 25 mile an hour, third gear, just ticking over, nice and easy. Take a left at the island, just hang on for these cars, slot in between them, easy peasy. There's another thing this would be good at, you know, filtering. It's so narrow, so nimble, so light. You know, when you got 160 kilogram bikes. Now I'm guessing that's not a road. Oh, it is, city centre. Look like a estate, you know, a recreational estate. So it's very warm. They haven't got a temperature gauge on this, so I'm not exactly sure what temperature is. But when I drove up to Ocean, it was a very balmy 27 degrees. Down past the fire station. So this is probably the natural habitat of the G310. Commuting. 30 mile an hour. Around all these collector roads. To be honest with you, I don't really care what age you are. You could do a lot worse for a commuter than this G310. If you wanted to go to work and back and have something for a bit of a thrash at the weekend, It's a pretty good bike. I just follow my way around, hoping for the best. As I say, I don't know where I am. I'm just following everyone else. But it says city centre this way, so it should bring us out by the big Sainsbury's Island sooner or later. Oh, it's lovely in the shade. Just trying to concentrate. There's the railway line. It's very easy for town riding, just pootling along like this at 30. There's the old cameras. They're everywhere down here. Absolutely everywhere down here. Cameras. They must think it's a serious problem in Devon. There's far more cameras in Devon than there are in Cornwall. I suppose more people live there, that's why. The population of Exeter and Plymouth alone would be virtually what you've got in the entirety of all of Cornwall. Here we are, Mackie's. Down to the big island. I know where I am now. Ooh, what's happening here? He's got his hazards on for some reason. His exhaust just fell off. Oh dear, oh dear. His exhaust dropped off his car. It's not even an old car. Now we need to keep our wits about us here. We've got to go virtually all the way round and up the slip road. So while I'm sitting here, we're getting ever so close to that 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting excited. So if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed the video, I'm going to ask you to either subscribe or click the button, like, ring the bell, you know, all those usual things you do. I'll even ask you to ask me some questions if you like. I'm only too pleased to answer. So here we are, up the slip road. So we've managed to circumnavigate Plymouth and put a bit of a route together. I hope you've enjoyed it. Because I'm nearly back at Ocean now. I'm not going to get any dual carriageway in, but this will comfortably do the 70 mile an hour on a motorway. You ain't got to worry about that. It's a cracking little bike. I'm going to move over a lane. Ocean BMW is just here on the right. Anyway, this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-da for now. Ta-da.